Moving on, human rights violations in Sindh continue to draw sharp attention, particularly concerning minority communities. Reports of abductions, forced religious conversions, and coerced marriages of young girls have raised serious alarm among international observers. These concerns have now reached the global stage at the 25th session of the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues in New York, where demands for justice are increasingly being linked to calls for self-determination. Take a look.
Pakistan's Sindh province continues to face mounting criticism over human rights violations, particularly targeting minority communities. Incidents of kidnappings, forced religious conversions, and early marriages of young girls have been repeatedly reported by activists and watchdog groups. Beyond social injustices, concerns are also being raised over the exploitation of Sindh's vast natural resources, including gas, coal, and fertile agricultural land, while local populations continue to grapple with poverty, underdevelopment, and environmental degradation. Against this backdrop, the issue took center stage at the United Nations. At the 25th session of the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, the World Sindhi Congress raised a strong call for international attention. Citing provisions under the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the group urged the international community to move beyond symbolic support and ensure structural autonomy for the region.
Despite Sindh being extremely rich in natural resources, including natural gas, coal, agricultural wealth, the Sindhi people systematically face severe resource appropriation, poverty, environmental degradation, and political marginalization. Acknowledging these inequalities is the first step to address the challenges outlined by UN. Identifying good practices within the UN system means moving beyond rhetorical support to actively empowering historically sovereign people and communities. For Sindhi nation, securing the right to self-determination is a paramount. It is only a structured mechanism that ensures that they can protect their historical lands, preserve their millennia-old heritage and language, and maintain democratic control over their natural wealth.
One of the most sensitive and widely reported concerns remains the alleged forced conversion of Sindhi girls, particularly from Hindu and other minority communities. Rights groups argue that many such cases involve coercion, intimidation, and legal loopholes that make it difficult for victims to seek justice. Families often allege that young girls are abducted, converted, and married under pressure with limited legal recourse. These incidents have sparked outrage among activists and diaspora groups who are calling for stricter enforcement of laws, protection of minors, and accountability for those responsible.
For years, World Sindhi Congress has consistently fought against the human rights violations targeting Sindhi people, particularly the forced conversions of Sindhi Hindu girls. We have submitted numerous contributions to the Universal Periodic Review, and just recently we presented our case at the 61st session of the UN Human Rights Council. The UN's recent report highlights a devastating reality. In 2025, 75% of girls and women affected by forced conversion through marriage were Hindu, and 25% were Christian. Almost 80% of these incidents occurred in the province of Sindh in Pakistan.
The developments have intensified global scrutiny of Pakistan's human rights record, with critics accusing Islamabad of failing to protect its minority communities and address systemic injustices in Sindh. Despite repeated allegations, meaningful action on the ground remains limited, raising serious questions about accountability, governance, and political will. As these concerns echo at international forums like the United Nations, pressure is mounting on Pakistan to move beyond denial and deliver concrete reforms before the credibility gap widens further on the global stage.